Welcome to this screencast. This half term we are going to code in Python using the online programming environment repl.it. If I create a new Python REPL, the screen changes. I can type my code in the middle and run it on the right when I click the button Run. And here's the code that I want to explain in this video. Today we are going to concentrate on learning what a variable is. A variable are a place where you can store data, information, and that is stored inside the memory of a computer. That's what's going on here in this very simple code. We create the variable x and we store the value 1 inside the variable before displaying it on the screen. When you store a value inside a variable, what's really important is that later in the program that value can change. So here we are going to store the value 3 inside x before displaying it on the screen again. If I click Run, that's exactly what's happening here. Now, I would like to explain the equal sign in this video, because when you start coding, it can be a little bit confusing, as what I'm typing right now is correct in computing lesson, even though in your maths lesson that could get you in trouble. How come x equals 2 times x? Because in computing, what equal really means is take the value on the right and store it inside the variable on the left. So after this line of code has been run by the program, the content of x becomes twice what it was before. If I run the code, we see we have 1 for this line of code, then we store 3, and then we take 3 and times it by 2, store it inside x, overwriting the previous value, and then displaying the result. Be very careful when you type the name of your variable, because a computer is going to be confused if you use, let's say, a capital letter. Here I've changed the second time I create x, I put it as a capital X. If I run the code again, there's no error, so the program runs as it should, but now it says 112 on the screen, because 1 was stored inside small cap x and displayed once, and here this is the first time the computer sees the big cap x variable. So what it does then is it creates a new variable, it creates a new space in the memory of a computer and allocate that space to the variable called capital X, which is different from small cap x. So when we call print x again, it's still this 1 stored there that is displayed on the screen. And when we times by 2 small cap x, 2 times 1 is 2. So that's the result we're getting here. So to recap, when you see the equal sign in a program, what it means is take the value on the right and store it in the variable on the left. The first time the computer sees the name of a variable, it's going to create a space in the memory just for the value stored inside that variable. And then here, as it's a different name, it's creating a second variable